Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sandbox game live stream for Wednesday, June 9th, 2021. My name is Joseph the Vision X Matting. Alongside me, through the magic of the internet, the keys to the kingdom, the secret sauce of the Sandbox, Alex Florez.
Thank you.
How you doing, Alex?
I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with praise.
Good. Feel it. Let it soak in. Everybody loves this man right here. This man. Am I pointing the right way, folks?
There you go. Your hands are cropped out there.
This guy.
That works.
Guy right here. This guy right here. This guy. All right. Folks, each and every Wednesday right here on YouTube.com, Twitch TV, Theta, D Live, Facebook, and Twitter.com/The Sandbox Game. We play the games you uploaded to the Sandbox Game Maker Gallery. And we'll give you feedback to help get your games ready for the metaverse. If you're watching live with us today, you have a special opportunity. During the stream, feel free to ask us anything from questions about the Game Maker, maybe our asset creation software VoxEdit, questions about the metaverse, or anything else that you want to know about the Sandbox. We'll answer these questions live as they come in, and for those questions we can't answer live, feel free to click on the wonderful social channels in the description below this video and tag us after the show on Discord, Telegram, Twitter, or any of our other great platforms, and we'll get an answer out for you. Of course, if you're watching this later over on YouTube.com, you may want to join us each and every Wednesday starting at 2100 UTC. Those watching live have the unique opportunity to win a Wizzy the Blue NFT right here on this stream. But more details for that will come later. Until then, stick with us. We're starting the week off with a little bit of news today, Alex.
Just a little bit. So, there is a new liquidity reward. So, if you go to nft.sandbox.game, you can go and claim the golden key right now, which is our first monthly liquidity reward. So people who are staking in the staking sand have been whitelisted to claim this item. I've already claimed mine. So you click that claim button, you pay a little gas fee in Ethereum, and the key is yours. There may be other things happening with that, but we're not going to talk about that right now. So you can, if you're interested in staking, you can also go to staking.sandbox.game to begin participating in the sand staking pool, which will make you eligible for these rewards going forwards. I think if you were not already staking, it is too late for the key, but like I said, these are monthly things, so they're going to keep on going into the future. Other news, one of our dedicated viewers, Holly Voxels, is having a sale of NFTs. So you can check out these 10 unique one-of-one art pieces from famous artists of old. So we've got Starry Night, we've got Lady with an Ermine? I'm not sure how to say that. It's something like that.
Yep.
Vase with poppies, the Mona Lisa, sunflowers, girl with a pearl earring, the kiss, water lilies, and is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there's 2 more that haven't been shared in this thread yet. So you can check those out by going to the marketplace. If you just go to market and go for the items for sale. Let's see. I think newest. Oh, they don't show up here. Are they not on sale yet?
Listed yet is the thing. Yeah, not yet.
Oh, they're not listed yet. That's why.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a little sneak preview for you
Ah,
guys.
okay.
And if you click on the
it's right
individual
there.
links,
I missed
you
it.
can see what they will look like for these of the 10, the 8 of the 10. You can see the links here, so you could be ready for when that sale drops. Any rough idea, Alex, on when that sale is going to open? I know you have more insight a little bit than I do for this.
On Thursday. It's right in the first tweet. I highlighted it. I didn't see it before. My eyes just skipped over this line. I don't know a specific time of day. So just keep an eye out. I'm sure there will be a tweet going out with when it goes live. So Keep
So
an
I'm
eye on the Sandbox Twitter.
particularly interested in the vase with sunflower in it. I have that actual as a print in real life. I've had it in my house for years. Not this one, not the vase with poppy, the sunflowers specifically.
Oh, this sunflowers.
Yes.
Let's see.
A
If
little
you go
bit.
to Holly's profile, you can see them also.
Mhm.
So I'm actually going to share her profile directly. And Holly Voxels is in the chat with us right now, which isn't that surprising. Yeah. She's usually here. So great work, Holly. And I know some people asked about like copyright and stuff like that. These are all public domain images. So I don't remember the exact rules. It's something like 70 years after the death of the artist or something like that.
Yeah. I think it's 80 or 90 actually, but it's pretty easy to find that information. Was that at your house or mine?
I think that was mine.
Very good.
So, could have been both of us for all I know.
There's a lot of crime going on. No, I'm kidding.
I live literally next to a fire station. Like there's some apartments between me and the fire station. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's right there. That's where my father-in-law actually volunteers there, and so when it's not a pandemic, we can actually use their hall there for like birthday parties and stuff. So we've spent a lot of time at that fire station. All right, so that is it for the news, and we are going to play some games because it's Wednesday, which, as you all know, is game day. So I actually tweeted out earlier, like 3 hours ago, asking for people to shill me their games on the gallery so that way we can play them. Joseph is about 30% quieter than Alex. Oh, okay.
Did I just get louder for you, Alex?
Yeah, just a little bit. No, you sound good.
Okay.
I think maybe I was actually a little bit too loud, but now we're balanced out. It's fine.
Do this.
Oh, I logged into the wrong account. Get a little
closer to you. Uh-oh, Alex.
Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that.
It's all right. As everybody knows, it's already on the map. I already announced partners. Yeah. So it's not like you really put any nonsense.
You've already, if you've seen the video that was posted to Twitter, you've already seen what you just saw on the screen, so it's fine. I just have to log into my own account.
Leaky.
Nobody
Not
peek.
so leaky.
Yeah.
We have some good news, folks, as well. Just as Alex is logging in here for fun. I've been working with the ambassadors this week, or those that were interested in signing up to see you in the metaverse. And we are going through a series of events, training, so that you guys can have a bunch of fun stuff to do when the metaverse goes live, beyond obviously all of the great experiences and games that you can play. But we're setting up cool events. Like there is a race style kind of, I don't want to call it rock climbing, so I'll just say climbing challenge in there that I found particularly interesting. We've got this wonderful level ready for that. And you'll see more, of course, as the metaverse opens. But just letting you know that we're getting closer and closer to that date every day. And we are training those ambassadors today to help get ready for that launch. So some of those folks are getting that sneak peek now. You may want to follow all of those ambassadors' social media accounts because they do have permission to share the occasional screenshot inside of some of those hubs, so you can find out which faction you truly want to be a member of pretty soon.
All right, so first we're checking out Integs Gallery. I think we visited this one before, but there's been a lot of updates. If you follow Integ on Twitter, there's been some pretty awesome video clips coming out of this. So we're going to take a run around this gallery. Not really any gameplay mechanics yet, but we can take a look at all the cool stuff. You can actually see all the NFTs loading in, and I see Holly Voxel stuff there, so we can actually get a sense of the scale of these as we go in. So we start here in the lobby. We've got vending machines, ATMs, your essentials for an entrance, and I don't know who made this. This is really cool. Is it going to show? It's not listing the assets for me right now. So I don't know who made this this Sandbox Atlas, but it's pretty neat. Jordan Urban Boy says, hello, welcome to Integs Museum. Hope you enjoy your stay. I don't know. Is Jordan Urban Boy a friend of Integ? I don't know. Hey, Juan from My Neighbor Alice. This is a character from a game from My Neighbor Alice. Hello, welcome to Integs Museum. So maybe this is a character from something else? I don't know. All right. So we've got some elevators going on here. This is a whole multi-level experience here. We've got some Bored Apes.
Oh, wow. Guys, I'm seeing a whole bunch of submissions come in today in the arts. I've been in meeting since I woke up today. Alex was in one of them.
Just one.
Just the one. And of course, we're training some of those ambassadors, as I say. So for those folks who are looking for those arts to be approved, I will be getting on that right after this stream. It looks like we've had roughly 100 submissions for new art assets just today, which is good because as we get closer, the last day for submitting those arts is soft set at the 14th. I'd like to see everybody submit those by the 14th, and I mentioned that in the news piece that we'll release this Thursday, tomorrow. I don't know, you're stuck inside of something, Alex.
I thought I could walk between the pictures, but apparently I cannot.
It looks like there may have been a glass pane that wasn't placed here. This is interesting because if you are watching and you are the developer who requested that we play test this gallery in our show here, just keep this in mind that if you had some glass there or something.
I can see there's glass blocks.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what I got stuck on. It's funny because usually I'm trying to break things, and I didn't even try this time. I just somehow got shoved in between some things there.
Looks like maybe there's not glass blocks on that layer, and then you walked forward and like got stuck under the glass. Yeah, kind of doing it again there.
Yeah, glass is very hard to see, depending on the angle. So, like, there's glass in front of all of these. It's hard to tell if it's right here or not. So, yeah, somehow I just got stuck there. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I would say test it out, and I'm not going to try it again. I'll walk around here. So this is quite an extensive collection.
Clankish says you're probably the only person that could break a gallery.
Oh, I don't know that I'm the only person who could do it, but I would probably maybe the best at it.
I'll take it as a point of pride, right? Like, we're going to break everything you ever make, and that's okay. That's what we're here to do. We're here to break it so that you can see how it could be broken and fix it.
Ooh, we got some voxel-based stuff. Very cool. Good to see Voxes in here.
Security's on the way, Alex. They're going to arrest you for breaking the glass inside the gallery.
Now, normally you should be getting a list of all these. So it seems like it's not working at the moment. I don't know if it's this version, this release of the Game Maker, but for whatever reason, it's not listing all the NFTs in this experience. Maybe there's too many NFTs in there. I don't know. It'll be something that we need to look into why they're not displaying there. But does Integ own all of these? Because this is quite an extensive collection, and we're just on the first floor right now. Some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
We've got I almost said a Mandalorian. We've got a DeLorean. Mandalorian.
It's gonna get the armor on, and it's never gonna take it off. Okay, that's just a lifelong commitment to driving 88 miles an hour and going back in time. Let's merge. Hey, I actually have a fun story to tell you guys. So
speaking of which,
if you're watching today, and we're gonna go back in time a little bit, and you were watching on Monday as well, there was a Wizzy the Blue giveaway on Monday. Nice. This is the way. That is an NFT, and it's got a little mustache, golden. Oh, that's so great. So I had given a link to Panda Pops, and normally I handle the Wizzy giveaway thing on my end, and then I add it to a spreadsheet, and then Alex does a distribution. But on Mondays, so I give her a link, and I say, give this link to chat so they can fill it out. And then before the end of the show, I should be done with training, right? And I was doing ambassador training for 3 people that turned into 4, like halfway through, and it went longer than expected, more than the entire duration of the live stream. So I did, in fact, pull the winner. And I wanted to tell you all here today, despite it already being on the spreadsheet, it hasn't yet been distributed, but the winner from last Monday's Wizzy the Blue giveaway was Fahama Laha. Okay, one word. That was over on twitch.tv, and I made that drawing as soon as I got out of that, which was about 45 minutes too late for you guys to ever have heard about who it was, unfortunately. But nonetheless, congratulations to that user. I will be doing another drawing giveaway with Alex here in about 30 minutes or so. Oh, I like this. The little kitty cat with the mustache is in the same theme as the Mandalorian. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like the golden kitty cat? That's
yeah,
very cool.
I don't know if that's related to dye. I think that's a dye token above its head.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff in here. So we were just looking at Holly Voxel stuff here. So Integ got lucky and was able to add these to his inventory and place them in the game before they got minted.
Yeah.
Once they get minted, you lose the ability to do that. So got a little sneak in there.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't see the sunflowers either, so it may be that they didn't get everything they were looking for right away.
Maybe. Somebody asked if this was part of the Sandbox officially, and no, Integ is an independent person who just wanted to make a gallery. So not an official Sandbox release, but this is something that anybody could do by adding assets from the gallery, and then you can copy and paste OpenC links. So normally we would be able to press N and see how many of the images linked from OpenC Integ actually owns. I don't know if he owns all these CryptoPunks and Voxadeus and MeBits, and there was some Bored Ape Yacht Club stuff and other ones that I'm not familiar with. So we would be able to see, normally we'd be able to see the list of all of them in here and see if Integ owns all of them and get that clout. One thing to note, I don't know if Integ is watching or not. If you don't want the cars to be rolling constantly, you can set them as an animated asset, set which animation you want, and then tell it to not loop. And then it'll play just the first cycle of the animation, and then it'll be still.
Nice.
And sometimes some of these vehicles might have a still animation anyway, so it wouldn't matter if you set it to loop or not if they have a static position. So that's one way you can get something in a specific pose without it constantly looping. All right, let's check out upstairs.
Now, JJK Vox asked in the chat, how could he put all those assets in the frame if they do not own the assets? And that's actually quite simple. Typically, it's just going to require that link from OpenC.io. And then once you have the link and you've got it in there, a user can look and they can see which assets. Nice. Going up to,
I didn't realize how many floors there were.
Yeah.
I thought it was just numbered elevators. I didn't realize they were going to specific floors.
Looks like they got some future plans up here. Yeah.
Oop. Let me out. It just keeps going. I think there's a glass wall here.
Oh,
yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to go all the
Maybe
way
you
back
got to
down.
be on the elevator to get onto that floor.
Yeah, they're numbered.
Yeah.
So let's go to the second floor.
So the idea is that you can get that link and you can add that. It's going to then show you who the current owner is, and separately, it's going to show you who the creator is for those NFTs that were added as OpenC.io image link.
Yes, it'll show. That's what I was mentioning earlier. That it would say who owns them. So normally on this menu, you would have every single linked OpenC image listed here, and then you can hover your mouse over them and it will give you the description. It'll give you a link to go to the OpenC listing, and it will say, it says owner and creator, and it'll say if the person who made this experience is the owner and or the creator. So in the case of some stuff from like Pranksy's NFT boxes, because they mint to your own wallet, it will say you're the creator, but it does also mention the original artist. So on my gallery experience, when I pull those up, it says that I am the owner and the creator, even though I didn't really create them, they just minted to my wallet. So I guess you could say it means that I'm the original owner also. But it does mention specifically the artist in that on that same menu. So
right.
It's pretty clear.
And I want to point something out as well, because I'm noticing this comment. Molten PT says, if everyone can use the links, that doesn't add any value to the ones that actually own the assets and want to monetize it through galleries. And I would say that I disagree with that in the same way that, as I mentioned earlier, Holly Voxels has created a reproduction of an original piece of art, but it will be minted as an NFT, being a one of one. That reproduction has its own value, separate to the original creation, the original Picasso, right? If I was, as somebody who owns a paper reproduction of this that is a poster, it actually only really increases the value of the original for each time that somebody sees my reproduction. Because if I am an influencer over somebody who has a lot of money, then they might look at that reproduction and they might want to own that just so that they can say, hey, Joe, look what I have, the original, look, it's very valuable, and you can't have it. It's mine, right? They want that exclusivity of having the one-of-one original NFT. So you could showcase it in your space as a reproduction, but it's made very clear that you're not the owner, that you're not the original creator. And if somebody wanted to go get it, now that is marketed. They have that exposure to what is this, and then they can go seek it out and try to make a bid for it to buy it and own the actual one of one. And then in every other representation of that NFT, it will have your name as the owner now, no matter where it's reproduced around the world. So there's some value in that for sure.
Can I grab these? Come back. Does not look like I can grab them.
Brennan Fife on YouTube says, what's the land size of this gallery? And I believe it's 1 by 1. Is that correct, Alex? Would you guess that as well?
It is a 1 by 1. I think I already knew that, but you can also tell based on how far away the opposite corner is that it's definitely not a
there
2 by 2
doesn't seem
distance.
to be like a deep fog of war or whatever you might call it back off in the distance. So that's what told me that. You
can clearly see Abraham Lincoln back there.
Right.
I love this thumb monument. There was a question I saw about cars being used as platforms, moving back and forth. And there's a setting which I think is on by default with moving platforms, but there's a little checkbox. You might have to click the Edit Logic button to see it. I don't remember off the top of my head, but the checkbox says face direction when moving or face forward when moving, something like that. And what that does is it turns the object around to face forwards when it's moving. So if the asset is designed correctly in VoxEdit, when you're creating things, there's a little arrow on the floor, both in the modeler and in the rigger, which indicates the forward pointing position. And if the asset is modeled facing forwards the correct way, then when you use it as a moving platform and tell it to face the direction that it's turning, it's always going to point the direction it's moving to. The same thing happens with birds. When you tell a bird to fly, it's going to face the direction of the circle that it's going in. Got
okay, almost over on YouTube asks, how do you play games? I'm new to the Sandbox. If you would like to play test the games that users have created and published into the gallery, these games are often incomplete, but some of them are complete experiences have been submitted for game jams, and we have game jam number 3 closing soon. So you'll see a lot more of those completed experiences submitted very soon. You can download the Sandbox Game Maker over on the website at sandbox.game, or very shortly, we will have the release of the game client, which will allow you to play the games that are published into the metaverse, with those games being completed experiences.
Is it the 3rd game jam or is it the 4th?
I think it's. I would be remiss to have called it the 4th. I just did a news piece like less than 12 hours ago where I was recording, and I definitely wrote game jam number 3 there. So if I am dumb, then
my brain is in a constant state of fried lately, so I could be totally wrong.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing on the glitch in the metaverse article that suggests it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know what I mean? So I might have just pushed that news item. Holly says it's number 4, and I'm just living in a vortex of always new things to talk about. And I'm like,
our scroll at the top, I'm pretty sure, because I only asked because I saw it when we were in our webcam mode, and I think it said 4, and so when you said 3, I was like, wait,
it's the 4th. Yeah. There we go. See, there it is, folks. This hasn't premiered yet, but tomorrow at about 1800 UTC, no, 1700 UTC, I think, we're going to premiere the Thursday news piece where I'm going to misspeak and say that it's Game Jam number 3 that's ending soon. So
can you add a subtitle and be like Fort?
No, you can't. You can't, because Google automatically does subtitles for any language. So it's just going to be like, lol. So fun fact for you guys, like 4 years from now, when you're still watching these news pieces and you're making that hot clip of mistakes that Joe has made, this is the one. You know what I mean?
This is the first one and the only one.
Yep.
So
this is getting, well, okay.
Catch it while you can.
Let's not go so far to say that it's the only one, because I'm a human being, as anyone is. So I saw a funny thing the other day that talked about major mistakes that, as long as you own them and you're very clear that you made a mistake, most people will like kind of forgive it and be like, okay, yeah, I get that. One of which was like this guy, he's doing some coding, managing a major server rack at a company similar to an Amazon, and accidentally puts in a 6 instead of like an 8. And everything goes down. Whole server's down for 48 hours. Every client is mad about it. As long as they were clear and honest, the owner of the company was just like, mistakes happen. You know, at least you told me, instead of making everybody run circles and work for no reason. Right. So, yes, I'm just going to be real with you guys, be really honest and say, I made a bad. It's number 4. Thank you for being on top of it, folks. And I'm going to be 7 steps ahead of this now, and just remember that number 5 is coming up, and stop calling them by the number, frankly.
Yeah, when we do several a year, it's not like we can say like 3rd annual. It's like 10th, like quad annual or something.
Yeah. Old G over on YouTube asks, what is the minimum sand ETH to stake in order to receive the NFT reward?
I don't believe there's a minimum. I think as long as you have anything. Yeah.
So feel free,
So if all you can afford is, $20 of Ethereum and $20 of sand, and that's what you got in there, well, then you get the reward.
Yeah.
But for next time, not not retroactively.
Exactly. And I feel like it would be unfair to like kind of set it as a a minimum requirement, because that's not really the goal here. We're not here just for people who have a bunch of money. We're here for people to have fun, create great content, and create a whole metaverse of amazing experiences. So Let's see. JK or JJK. When will the golden key be claimable?
It
If you
is
were staking
right
in the
now.
pool. There we go.
Right now. I claimed mine right before the stream started.
There you go. So get on it. nft.sandbox.game. You'll be able to claim it right now.
There's just so much to look at in this. Like it's
really
a lot of
is.
cool stuff. I saw stairs.
You could spend
Where are the
hours in
stairs?
here. This would make a fantastic social hub of, it feels premier.
Ooh.
Oh, you're gonna have to jump up the stairs, aren't you?
Yeah. I got spoiled
rough.
by those automatic
rough.
step up the blocks.
Oh, you know what? It's funny, Alex. How features change and how updates must be made. I was running around in the main social hub earlier today.
Oh, no.
Yeah, earlier today, I was running around in the main social hub as we get going. And to your point of getting spoiled by the auto walking up the blocks, I was coming back from the Heroes Hub section. From this, there's a giant portal that you guys may have seen in some of these preview videos. I was coming back from the Heroes Hub section, and there's just a little ledge that basically like goes up to your shin. It's half the height of a normal block, but because it's not a whole block, I got clipped on it, right? And I stopped, and I did the same thing that I do on these Wednesday streams, where I was like, "That's a thing. Let's fix that." You know what I mean? Like, let's find the level designer. Let's fix that because this is, it's a mild inconvenience.
Right.
And we want to have the best possible experience. So now we're going to have a whole new series of eyes on our experiences with these ambassadors. And as we go through the alpha phases of the preseason / explorers content, we'll be getting everything polished and shiny for the whole launch. Oh,
what?
Interesting.
This
interesting
game looks
chat.
familiar. Whoa.
Interesting chat. This is an
One of my lights just fell over for no reason whatsoever.
Who needs it, Alex?
Why? Don't want it on the floor.
Terriel1x asks, golden key can be used somehow.
Is that a question?
What's in location? Location? Question mark.
Oh, no hints at this point.
Very good. No hints at this point.
You're just gonna have to stay tuned, and
there it is.
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow, man.
I didn't realize we had so
Lizard
many
Kings.
arcade
Yes.
pieces.
Lizard Kings. I totally saw that. And I mentioned just at the top of this that I've been meeting after meeting after meeting today, and we have had almost 100 new art submissions that I will be approving just today, right after this stream, as I typically try to do. Go through the list of art submissions after each stream, and I approve everyone that I can. If there's one that you're looking for that didn't get approved, just keep in mind that it may have been submitted incorrectly initially. So if I don't approve something before the end of day today, please make sure that you go back, not through the form, that's okay. Just go back on the website and try to resubmit that asset and submit it using the steps in the video that you see on the create section in the Vox Edit tab. Because video number 3 on that is the most important video you can have for submissions. I've seen a lot of them get put in where they're doing everything right. They're sending me the link, except that they haven't actually asked inside the system on the website to submit it. And so then I can't actually, I can see the object, I can see what you want to approve, but I don't have the ability to approve it until you request permission inside the system. So just go ahead and do that. And if it's already done, then we're good to go, and I'll have it done soon.
So Brennan from YouTube asks if there's a height limitation for what we build on lands, and there is. The max you can build is 192 blocks, or 192 meters from top to bottom to top.
128. Did they change that, Alex?
No. Where did I get 192?
I think you had an amalgamation. because we're 96 by 96
Yeah.
by 128.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it is
And so
128. I didn't mean 196. 128 is
each
correct.
each each of those one is the number of meters. So you've got 128 vertical meters of space in the 96 and 96. Now, that said, keep in mind that there is an interesting situation that happens. If a user touches the top of your land, they will teleport to the nearest accessible bottom of your land.
Mm.
That said, let's say, and this actually happens in one of our social hubs where there is a wonderful mountain that you can climb and it's super fun. But we'll see if this stays true. If you parkour just the right way and you do everything great and you're like a legend, you can get to the top of the world. And as soon as you touch the top, it teleports you down into a cave that's super far directly under that. And I imagine there's going to be a bunch of people until we get that sorted out that will ask, hey, what the heck just happened? How did I get here? How did I get here? And you guys.
This is not my beautiful house.
Exactly. So you make sure that when you do build up to that vertical ceiling, that you build it because there's an object that is kind of a ceiling, or maybe it's something that's high and out of reach where your users can't jump onto it and actually touch the top of the world. Otherwise, they'll go instantly down to wherever, right?
So for a frame of reference, we just explored 4 floors of, and generously heighted floors of Integs NFT Museum, and there's still, I'd say at the very least 2 floors of height left. You could easily make this 3 spacious floors, even 4 comfortable floors of ceiling height in here. When you think of 128 meters and how tall that would be for a building, that's a significant amount of space. These are not short ceilings by realistic standards. So
right. Yeah, I mean, this is like gala height ceilings. It's great. And I want to leave another point in here to Integ in your creation. A gallery like this is going to be great in just a couple of days now. I think it's the 17th. The Sandbox is the main host or primary sponsor for the CADAF art showcase going on in France, in Paris specifically, from the 17th to the 23rd. And this is an exact, like, if you want people to see your content and you want to feature that prevalently, I would recommend that you share that when the event opens, right? Share your gallery and say, you've got this and they're inspiring, and that sort of thing, to really showcase among people who are very interested in that high profile art, what a gallery can look like in the Sandbox. Because I think that's a great looking gallery.
So CryptoCrafter asks if you can make the floor be close to the ceiling and then build everything underground. You don't even have to have, a top with the sky. You could build everything underground if you wanted. Actually, Cyber Dragon did that in the last game jam with Gray Station, I believe it was called. The entire thing was underground. So I just built. This is when you start with a flat, plain template. It does not have any default landscaping going on, and you can see that it's about 1/3 of the way filled from the bottom. But you can easily erase huge sections of this. It takes a second to delete all of them, but or more than a second, a few seconds to delete all of them. This is thousands and thousands of blocks that I just removed, so it can take a good chunk to delete that many at once. So you could bring it all the way down to the floor if you wanted. You can bring this all the way up to the ceiling. You can fill the whole thing up if you want. So make it whatever you want it to be. It's your space to create. So I just wanted to show that real quickly.
Yeah, one more thing when you're talking about deleting tiles all the way down to the last block. It's also important to remember if you're a developer out there and you are building from the bottom up, that you have one layer of something on the bottom. Because what can happen if you are a player and you are standing on nothing? Your character will essentially just float there like this, like you can't go anywhere. Uh, and because they're floating like this and they're looking for some voxel surface to stand on, they will just float pretty much forever. You can't jump, so you'd not be able to get out of a hole like that.
I think that was
So
actually fixed. Well, not fixed so much as that's you respawn. Yeah. So you die instantly when you touch the bottom grind now. It used to be that you could get stuck at the bottom because you wouldn't be able to jump off of it, but now even if you've got water there, you will instantly die when you touch that. And that's that solution came, I think, in the release of 0.6, I think, was when that got added.
Sure.
So it's a more recent thing, but
so
yeah,
that's something that I guess we haven't run into it in a long time, or at least I haven't.
Yeah.
So it's a good.
Well, because you're not trying to fall off the map.
right. And I'm looking for. Sometimes I'm trying to fall off the map, to be honest. Right. Like I'll pull up a game and I'll be like, "How can I break this? Right? Can I jump off into a pitfall?" And a pitfall being a place that you go where you can't get out of, like this giant hole Alex just made. If somebody jumps into it, they can't get out. That you've ruined their experience, right?
Right.
So we try to avoid those when we do game design, and that is one such that would be a pitfall, or at least it used to be. Now, being instant death is its own problem, but nonetheless, you want to make sure you have that one layer of something down there, unless you want them to be able to fall and die by design. Now, there was a question here that I want to answer really quickly for you. Nab PT over on Twitch, you asked, if I start staking sand right now, am I still able to claim the golden key? The answer to that being no. The golden key is a reward for people that were staking last month. So if you started staking now, you would get whatever reward is for this month and further, right? You could leave that stake in there forever, and you continue to get whatever rewards are allocated up until the point where potentially the system changes in some way. Like a lot of folks have been asking, and they're waiting for the ability to stake sand directly inside land, things like that. So there will eventually be a system change, but for as long as we are staking the sand ETH liquidity pool in Uniswap and staking those V2 tokens, that will still be the same. So.
All right, so I don't know if Steam Cultivator is on here. That's one of our regulars on Twitter who follows our streams. I don't know if Becky's here. I'm not sure which page your experience is on, but if you're in the chat, let us know, because I'm trying to find it.
I got another thing for you. If you're watching live and you see this link that just came up in the chat, this is your chance. This is your time to win that Wizzy the Blue NFT asset. Keep in mind that you can only ever win one of these assets, and there will only ever be 200 Wizzy the Blues that ever exist. Just 2, folks. Just 2 forever. I'm kidding.
I just keep on giving away the same one every week.
Yeah. No. So there will only ever be 200 of these that ever exist, and we're roughly in the ballpark of, I think, 90 now or something like that on these distributions. So get your actually, correction, 96 have already been distributed. So we're nearly halfway through all distribution all time. Once these are gone, they are gone. And they are only available on these live streams. So they are a nice way for you to have a limited asset that you can showcase inside your games, or of course, you can showcase them in beautiful art galleries like you've seen with Integ if you happen to win it, or otherwise just trade it if you like, kind of like a wonderful trading card. They are, again, limited in quantity. And what are the stats on Wizzy, Alex? I forget. What are the stats on Wizzy?
I think it's legendary all magic for Wizzy the Blue. So he is a super powerful healer. And we do plan on Magic having more features later on. So we might get, attack magic, different things like that. But for now, magic mostly applies to healing. And then I believe also on the bird behavior, magic is what gives the bird behavior its height value. And things like that might change in the future. But yeah, Wizzy's legendary, all magic.
Cool. Crypto Crafter asks, can you build a game without owning land to put it on? Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you want users to play it that have just the game client, then did that just happen? Are they at the top of the world?
Yeah,
in the game?
I've never had that happen to me before. I was like, wait, what just happened?
That's what happens, folks, when you design at the top of the world. You do that instant teleportation down to the nearest available bottom,
Yeah.
whatever that is. So yes, anyway, can you build a game without owning a land to put it on? Many of these users where we're looking in the gallery right now don't own land, in fact, and you'll be able to take this and potentially use it as a demo for those people who own a bunch of land and don't know what to do with it. You can use this as a showcase for that. You could have something pre-built, ready to rent, because that will be an option later down the road. You can rent land and then publish your experience, and you can charge folks in Sand to play your game if you want to. So there's a bunch of different options, but you can definitely make games and experiences, publish them to the gallery, have people play them, test them, that sort of thing. And then if you make a great game, another thing is if you make a great game and you're fully completed and it's in the gallery and you share it with us and we see it as a fantastic experience that users are going to love, and you've put your heart and soul, hundreds of hours, that sort of thing into this game, you may be awarded a foundation fund reward where we give you a piece of land to publish this game on. So that's another, people can apply for the Game Makers Fund pretty much at any phase of development. But if you had a fully fleshed out game that was completely done and you applied for the Game Makers Fund and said, this is already done, go play it, it could be very well that we just say, here's a land, let's get this out there because people are going to love it. So, and another example, just really quick, is that if you're wondering where would my game be published, you can go to the map at sandbox.game and you can see all the tiny blue squares that are on there. And of course, some of the larger blue squares, those are going to be places where we are publishing these experiences, these games that you have created or the Game Maker Fund makers have created. So the tiny blue squares are dedicated for creations from the community. So we've seen this and given away these before for, just making great work in the past. So look around and you'll see there's plenty of opportunities still. And we're going to continue to distribute those over the next 5 years, at least, until we become fully decentralized.
All right. So we've got a quest here to find a sword by the shore. Oh, that is a large, aggressive-looking thing. Where'd it go? Okay, let's...
It hit really hard. Whoa.
Yeah. I'm stuck. Run away. Okay, we're by the shore, and that's a very deep shore. I don't think I should jump in there quite yet.
Is anybody selling seashells?
By the seashore?
Yeah.
Is somebody? I didn't see.
No, I was just having.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Greenview Media asks, question, can we edit the animation on box edit templates or add to them? So yes and no. It's not designed that you would edit the templates necessarily. However, it is possible to edit the templates, and you would be able to ask this question on Discord and probably get it answered pretty quickly because it does require some more advanced things that I can't off the top of my head just drop out there for you. But if you do edit the template, the one thing that I would say is that you're editing the template like for the foreseeable future, and you'd have to re-edit it back if you wanted it to look more like the others. And you have to save overwriting the original template with your changes. So just keep that in mind. And you can always create full custom animations for any asset anytime you want. By Design Box Edit is there for you to create those full custom, animations for every action that you want to see in your game.
Yeah, if you edit the node structure of a template, then the purpose of the templates is because when you mint an NFT, it's locked in place. You can't change it. So what the template does is it lets us know that this asset has the correct node structure to be compatible with any new animations we make for it. So in the case of say, a horse, we want to add a jumping animation to the horse because at some point we add horse riding, and we want to be able to have the players jump over obstacles. This is not on the roadmap. This is just me throwing out ideas. So the horses that are conforming to the quadruped mammal, I think it's medium quadruped mammal template, the horse template, those will at some point be able to have a link in the game maker to those new animations, so that way you can take advantage of those features even on your old NFTs. If somebody has modified the node structure, the animations will not be compatible because those animations have to match exactly the names and the hierarchy of those nodes, or the animation won't work. So that's the purpose of those templates, is to make them animation compliant. So if you are not worried about getting animation updates for your asset, then there's not really any harm in breaking the template. You can do whatever you want to with it, but that's the reason we put it there, and we make it kind of difficult to get out of that because we want to, by default, have people with better compatibility and kind of future-proof things.
Great. And to that point, it's important to understand that there are layers to the Sandbox Game Maker by design. We want a user who's never done anything ever with game design in their life to be able to come in and feel like they can make a game experience. And then later, those people who have done that and they become middle advanced, they're learning some skills and they really want to do something. Oh, sorry about that. Ugh.
I've done that before.
Gestures. Yeah, totally just whacked my microphone. Anyway, somebody who's like middle knowledge can fully animate now because they've done it before. They've done it with the templates. They've played around. You fully animate it yourself from scratch. And in the same idea, we will later have visual scripting for people who want to make their game a little bit more advanced. And then we'll have full-on coding for people who want to take it to 100 and go all the way, making a complete thing bottom to top, because they've made enough games in the game maker that they've turned from gamer to, starting out game maker to full web, full developer. So if you're at a point now where you're thinking, hey, I have a chinchilla, as you mentioned, and it doesn't work with the rabbit template, well, feel free to make your own template, right? Like, make it for you, and you can use that template on any of those similar animals in the future, or not, or make something custom for each one of your assets. It does, of course, take a little more time, but if that's something that you want so that it looks right, feels right for that one asset, then it's worth it,
Oh, there is an elevator down. Let's see where this takes us.
Karadast asks, I created a fully animated robot from scratch, and for some reason, when I put it in the game maker, it always uses the combat run mechanic instead of the regular run mechanic animation. Is there a way to correct that, Alex? This is probably a question more for you.
Yeah, so you want to make sure that the names that you've selected for your animations match exactly the names that you see for whatever kind of character you're trying to imitate. Now, there are some things that currently don't quite work as expected. So right now, all avatar characters run. There is a walk animation, but for right now, you might be able to set the speed super low and maybe they'll walk, but I'm pretty sure right now they always run. And that's something that's going to be corrected later, because the walk animation is there. Because you'll notice that that when we hold shift, we actually use what's the sprint animation. So there's walk, run, and sprint. Then when you start using other behaviors like soldier or things like that, they may be defaulting to a combat run, which is kind of like with their sword held out, because those behaviors are designed to work with characters that have a melee weapon. So it could be that that the name doesn't match exactly. The system is designed to find the closest matching name. So if you have like a typo in the spelling of your animation name, it might actually still work if it's the closest one to that name. Yeah, so without seeing the exact animation names you have, I can't really troubleshoot further than that. So it could be a combination of the spelling, and if you use the space 01 at the end of the animation name, and it could also be related to specifically what behavior is making that animation play. So both of those can have an impact on that. I don't remember where was it on the river? I think it's on the river where that door was.
Okay, let me see if I can get some other questions through. Greenview Media over on YouTube says, can you submit custom assets at the moment, or is it for Game Jam use only? So we are in a transition period right now where you will soon, regardless of the Game Jam or not, be able to submit art so that you can see it in your game creation without needing approval. Okay. So that's it's taking a little bit of time because we're transitioning some back-end things on the website to essentially give all users artist permissions, short of the ability to mint. You won't be able to do that yet. And the ability to publish that publicly, I believe. I would be speaking out of turn to say that I'm doing this directly because it's not me. I'm not the coder, right? So anyway, we're trying to make it easier, the transition, and then slowly get closer to the point where everybody can mint. But we're going to do it one step at a time to make sure we don't break everything in the process. So soon, you'll be able to make something in VoxEdit, click the export to marketplace, and then immediately load it inside your game that you're creating without needing anybody's permission or requests. You'll just be able to see it and use it and do it. And you won't have to have applied for the Game Jam or anything like that. But that's a little ways down the road.
Yeah, I can clarify on that a little bit. So you'll be able to upload and test in the Game Maker without an artist account, but you won't be able to submit for published approval yet, because we still need to work out a way to handle, potentially in a decentralized fashion, to handle so many people publishing with some form of moderation, because we do need to make sure that people aren't infringing on copyrights, and we also, we've got, I think, something like 200,000 accounts on the Sandbox.
Yep.
So just imagine, like, even 10% of that, of people uploading and publishing assets. That's a lot of stuff to go through. That's a lot of manpower needed to review. So we would like to have some sort of decentralized method for this, possibly people staking. The exact details need to get worked out on that. So once that is worked out and that dashboard or whatever we use for that is developed,
Mhm.
is when we will be able to have open publishing for anybody to publish.
Right.
So
And
yeah.
to elaborate on this more backwards, in our white paper originally, we talked about this process, how a user may be able to say, offer up one sand and say, this is a duplicate of someone else's creation, and it should be taken off the marketplace. And then if that is found to be true, then that user is rewarded with two things. They're getting their sand back, and then potentially they're getting the sand that the original user paid to publish this stolen work, right? So that's one aspect of moderation, what Alex is talking about when we talk about decentralized moderation. Now, backwards, when we talk about 200,000 registered users of the Sandbox, and it's growing every day, um, I have 139 people who've submitted to be able to create art for the game jam that I personally must approve, right? And today, since midnight, my local time, there have been nearly 100 new arts submitted. So it's possible that if all of the 200,000 users submitted at that same rate, we'd have some 180,000 arts to look at every single day to make sure that somebody didn't make a Pikachu asset, which is illegal, right? So obviously, even with our staff growing every single day, some 200 people work to some effect, close to that now, I think, for the Sandbox, one way or another, whether you're an artist or a developer or something like that. Those 200 people couldn't necessarily moderate easily 180,000 submissions a day without that being everything we do. So that system has to be worked out best in order for this to be ready to go. So it's going to be a little bit, but nonetheless.
So Loy mentioned not getting any cease and desist letters from Second Life, which I don't want to say anything bad about Second Life. I've never really participated in Second Life, but I'm pretty sure Second Life didn't have a lot of IP partners like Smurfs
Sure.
and Care Bears and Atari and Dead Mouse and all sorts of other stuff, which is
that's true.
Which true. We haven't launched yet, and we already have all these partners. So I think our partners are going to be interested in the platform not encouraging IP infringement when they are famous IPs.
Yeah,
there we go.
Cool. And another thing that comes to mind is that we are a games development platform first. And so when I bring up things like Pikachu and Mario, it's because Nintendo is pretty well known for doing those cease and desist things, right? Atari is a partner of ours, and we have, we see those assets come through possibly, and we're gonna have to say like, okay, well, this is copyright owned by Atari. Another potential situation is the Pac-Man, right? I had to deny some Pac-Man ghosts. Well, those are owned by Activision, who would very well put up a cease and desist. And I want to make sure that, yep, Namco Bandai owns. Do they own that?
Yeah.
I thought it was owned by Activision now.
Oh, maybe. Did they get bought out? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think so. But nonetheless, it's been a couple of years since I've had to directly look at video game press news every single day.
Right.
Let's see. I know Namco. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Nonetheless, somebody is very well known. These major companies are going to have their eyes, and they're going to be looking at the Sandbox because we are a leader in the NFT space. We are a leader in the gaming space. This week, in terms of NFTs, all NFTs, period, the Sandbox was the number one by total volume, according to nonfungible.com. So people are having their eyes on us. And in doing so, they're going to have their eyes on you and your art creations. So unlike a game like a Second Life or something like that, where you may be able to get away with it because it's not very populated, the game community has 50 I don't want to misquote this, but there are millions and millions and millions and millions of gamers out today, right? There's billions of dollars that goes into this industry every year. So these are going to be things that are kept close to the chest from these companies. Sonic is not going to go quietly into the night when you try to put Sonic the Hedgehog in the sandbox, right? They're going to speak up. They're going to be loud and say, hey, this can't be here because we own this and we have to sell t-shirts or what have you, right? Sell the next Sonic 3D game that's coming out. And it is their 30th anniversary, I believe, for Sonic. So I'm getting old, and congratulations to their team for keeping it going this long. But nonetheless, so going way deep into it. Now the time, Alex, the time.
The time right now.
The time is 3:05. My local time.
Did
6:05 your local time?
Did we pick a Wizzy winner?
Was I
paying attention?
Which is why I bring up the time, Alex.
I think this teleporter is supposed to kill me a little bit faster.
Oh,
I think.
Yes, it did not instantly kill you.
Yeah.
So that's some interesting and good feedback, as you have to you have to very slowly. This is one of those teleporters where they hand you the knife, you know what I mean? And you're like, I don't want to do this.
It's more like a spork.
So just 76 people submitted for today's giveaway. So if you are one of those 76, your chances are ever closer today. And I opened up my friendly neighborhood random number generator, generated a number 1 to 76, and number 4 was drawn today.
Oh, that's cool.
Did that tree just change when you clicked it?
We just changed the season to spring. All of the trees changed.
That's amazing. Yeah. It looks wonderful.
That was cool.
So I'm leaving everybody in suspense, folks. How do you like that? How do you like that suspense? 2, 3, 4. Who's number 4? Number 4 is a user over on twitch.tv. Dane Dim, where the E in Dane is a number 3. You're the winner today of a Wizard of Blue NFT asset.
Da, da, da. Congratulations. Becky, I hope you don't mind me calling you Becky. That's what that's what it says on Twitter. So
Becky,
was the that fountain that I found in that cave, was that the dark energy that was being spoken about, where it just kind of like slowly poked me to death?
I wonder if dark energy works like that. Like I did this with my face with dark energy, but that feels nice. It feels like I should enjoy it. Like dark energy is more ominous. Maybe it's like raining down upon you. It's very sad.
So it looks like it didn't take me to the right spot because it sent me back up. So maybe you need something to remove that respawn point. Could revisit the multi-teleporter tutorial. Oh no, I forgot to fix the subtitles on Twitter. I am on Twitch. I mean, I'm really sorry about that. I'm not sure why they got disabled on Twitch in the first place, because they should just stay on after we turn them on. So I totally forgot about that. I will fix that as soon as the stream is done, so that way the next one is there. I don't know if somebody wants to communicate that in the chat. Okay, so I think we explored this pretty thoroughly. I didn't dive off to the big flat area. So there's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. I'm really liking the amount of landscaping going on. You just need some more variety of things to do to fill out the space, because there's a lot of kind of open spaces, but it's a really good start. And can we collect these pearls? We can. So having some of the oh no, I'm getting attacked. Some of the NPCs can be talked to and some can't. So it would be good to have some sort of indicator. You can use the indicator component to kind of point out that these are people who have quests associated with them. So that way we can find those quests a little bit easier without trying to talk to every random NPC that we run across. So when you've got a more busy village like you do in the samurai area, or or in that first area we went into, that'll help kind of direct our attention to specific people that we need to talk to progress through the game. But yeah, I'm excited to see what else happens with this, because we've got a cool foundation for some stuff going on. Also, the thing with the shield being backwards, that should be fixed in the next week or so. Some people have pointed that out before on other things. So it's because we are using a dashboard avatar. This is the one that I built on the dashboard. These are all going to get updated, and then all equipment should be facing the right way after that point. If you are making a game and you don't want to wait for that update, which, like I said, should be in the next week, you can make an avatar with VoxEdit right now. Make sure that it's the avatar v2 template and set that as your custom avatar, and all the equipment should work correctly on those. So that's what's going to happen. Oh, there's stairs up the side, I think. Yes. That's good. Oh, there's a... Is that a hidden door? Wait. I can't get up this way. All right, now I need to find out what that thing is now. And then I've got a little bit of time, so we've got one more thing, which is JJK's Do You Believe in Your Dreams game jam game. I don't know how long it is, so if it's really long, we might not play through the whole thing today, but we can at least get started on it as soon as I get over to whatever that thing is over there. It looks like a door. Let's see. Okay, so we go walking on the clouds, follow it down. I'm going to try to not fall off. Oop. And it is a door. Okay, I don't think there's anything in here, but oh, this is where I accidentally got squished to from the ceiling. So apparently there was an exit over here that I didn't realize when I restarted the game. Oh no, that's not it. Where did I come in through? Was it higher up? Ah, there it is. Okay, so you can't get out this way. So what you could do is make stairs going to the door out, so that way people can escape if they get squished in through the ceiling. But this is pretty cool, and there's a big doorway here. I don't remember seeing that. Maybe that's it's underwater, so we could probably get there by going through some water. I didn't notice that. So this is cool. I like underworld kind of style things, and we can see the Japanese area there, and there's so
Purple Lioness.
Ooh.
Really quick.
Oh no, I
want to answer this question that popped through. Purple Lioness. Alex was saying the term NPC, non-playable character, or non-player character, depending on how old you are, basically.
Wait, non-playable character. What was the other one that you said?
Non-player character. If it was text-based RPG, you would probably call it a non-player character, but you would also have to be ancient like me. I
did try was it a mud?
Yes,
once.
Multi-user dungeon.
I did try one once.
Yeah,
I'm too visual.
Multi-user dungeon was a text-based player game that could be played by multiple users, and all of the text-based interactions that came up would be user to user for the most part, and you could interact with some non-player characters there. But it was all text, so it was theater of the mind. You had to be able to see it in your brain, which made me play it for like a month, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to go play literally anything else. Now I'm propping up my computer monitor with 10 Dungeons and Dragons books as I wait for a new riser. Folks, it's a fun fact for you today. Behind the scenes here on this recording, I was setting up with Alex, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm moving a lot today because I have my camera set roughly like a quarter meter in front of my monitor on a tripod, because I had, in order to record our news piece on Thursday, I use my main screen as a teleprompter, so I can read things properly. And then I put my camera in front of it. But then I came to record today for a Wednesday stream, and like I was like this tall, you know what I mean? Like I was very short on my camera and looking up at it and that sort of thing. So now my camera for this Wednesday stream is just dead right in front of absolutely everything I need to see with you guys. So if we have a Wednesday where I'm playing and it's not Alex, we're going to change it up a little bit. You'll see some new angles. You know, we can vogue with it, have some fun. But
Vogue with it.
Yeah, don't worry. Yes. Oh,
yeah. No, I knew.
So good.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
I'm old enough.
Yes.
Oh man. So I'm not seeing JJK's game. I may have not gone back far enough yet, because we have 45 pages of uploads now.
That's great.
It is great, but it also is highlighting our need for filtering
JJK
and searching.
says the game appears around page number 15.
Oh, well, I wasn't even close yet.
That's way back. That is way back there.
All right. Let's see. Well, I don't see it on 15. Let's try 16.
I'm looking around my tripod right now. Oh, yeah. Can I see it? Hey, it's the world's hardest parkour mount. I love those. I can't wait to see more of those. I bet you there's definitely going to be more of those in this game jam.
Oh, for sure. All right. Do you believe in your dreams? By Beaten Dreams. Joe is a normal guy who often dreams very unusual dreams. Help him and his friends to discover the true beyond those dreams.
Shock.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes. Please filter and search tool for the games.
Yes, those are on the roadmap. I don't know how soon exactly we'll get those. And keep in mind that the gallery is a cool thing that we have, but is not the primary way people are going to be playing games after launch, because we're going to be using the metaverse map with the minted lands. So that's going to be the main path for exploring. But we do want to make it so people can find your games in the gallery also. All right, it's a normal morning and you just woke up after dreaming one of your usual dreams. Wake up, Joe.
No.
7 a.m. of a Sunday morning. During the night. Not register anything out of the ordinary. My battery level is at 70%. All systems... Oh, it's the dog talking to us. 70%. All systems working perfectly. Yawn. Jesse is in the other room as usual. Do you need anything from me, Joe? So the dog's name is AG. I need your help to forget the stupid dream I made. I do not need anything. Well, we just had a normal dream, so it should be fine. We've got... Oh, it looks like we can heal here, maybe? And this is a nice room. I like the laptop on the bed. Trust us. That's not ominous.
We can't.
That's where I left the phone.
Can't do it.
All right, so we got our phone. And the cursor is set on me. I'm not sure why. Found this weird piece of metal close to the bus station, but I wonder where it comes from. None of the buildings in town have it. I blame aliens.
Aliens.
The Sandbox has released a new driving game. What are you waiting for? Choose your car, put your avatar on it, and press the accelerator. Ooh, we've got a ladder. What's up here? Oh, I fell down. It's a box of tools. says interact, but nothing seems to happen, so that's probably for something later. And, ooh, pizza.
I don't know if you guys can tell when my brain is working overtime, but I'm trying. I see this prompt for playing a game on the TV, a racing game, and I'm trying to think to myself how that could actually be implemented into the game.
Well, not to make anybody sad, but when we had the flying vehicles, it could have done something with that. Which is funny. It's funny that we had that bug as a feature, because a couple weeks ago I took a little bit of time to play a game that wasn't the Sandbox. I know, and I think I mentioned this actually, not that maybe on the last stream, playing Teardown, which is a voxel-based game, which is amazing. You should check it out. I highly recommend it, and we're friends with some of the people who worked on it. But you can put two boards of wood together, and if you stand on one side and grab the other board of wood, it totally forgets physics, and you rocket forwards at a ridiculous speed, and it's basically the same as that climbing, grabbing glitch. It's like kind of the same exact thing happening, except they left it in there. I don't know if they did that on purpose or not, but it is pretty hilarious. And very hard to control. Let's see.
Lucas says, "How dare you be human, Alex? Playing other games."
I know it's not allowed. It's not allowed. I'm not allowed to play games. Only games on the gallery is all I play now. So something about investigating the mayor. Why are we investigating the mayor?
The gaming I've been doing this week very much gets me excited for multiplayer to come to the Sandbox and see what happens. And that, of course, is some time away when we're talking about interactive multiplayer. But I've been playing Chivalry 2, which launched yesterday. And that would be a heck of a game in the Sandbox to just watch a bunch of people just clash with melee weapons and shields and such, and like watching people use the parry mechanics and that sort of thing with just a pile of bodies and like see what happens. You know what I mean? That'd be a lot of fun. Kitty Cat says, "Put another +4 energy into that, and you would match his real life expression." So like,
what do you mean? Like energy like this? Like a squirrel? Like squirrel, big squirrel energy? Is that what you want?
Big squirrel
You want
energy.
big squirrel energy? How dare you be human, Alex? How dare you?
How dare I be human? At least I'm not a squirrel. All right.
Big squirrel energy. See? BSE.
Oh,
BSE. Yes.
This guy's a little stuck in the oh okay, because he can walk straight through. I thought we had fixed that.
Well,
I think it came back.
Turns out it's back. I saw a gorilla walk through a gate in one of our social hubs earlier today.
Nice.
And I thought to myself, what a wonderful world. I'm kidding. No, it was just like, well, that'll work its way.
Apes on
We'll get that figured
yachts.
out. Apes on yachts.
CryptoPunks 2.
Alex, you're killing me. Killing me, Smalls. Just let the car drive you, stand in front of it, let the physics guide you to where you're going to go.
Oh, I guess we can't go in. I'm pressing E, but nothing's happening.
You know what, Lucas? I'm fine if it stays here for life. By the way, Lucas, don't forget, as an ambassador, I would like for you to schedule an appointment with me this week. It's pretty important because I need to see you in the metaverse.
Dun, dun, dun. Go there. It's pointing me to the
go there.
Pizza. This I love this the layout of the city. It's got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, we're just right in the kitchen. Can we get a pizza? Take the pizza. No? Okay. I haven't found the ice cream shop yet, unless okay, that's the coffee shop. We're looking for the ice cream shop. I'm not sure where it is.
Yeah, I got to agree with the chat right here. This city has some nice city details, and it feels pretty alive.
Yeah.
Like, not just, things are not laying flat here. This is popping. Things are happening. Somebody ran over a stop sign and a caution sign. Forget about it,
Oh, hey.
Alex, you can't surf on cars, my guy.
I totally can, but that piece of metal in our in our living room, they said that there's nothing like it in the city, but
here's your sign.
He doesn't say anything yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I still haven't found the ice cream place. I found the pizza place. I found a cafe, post office, general store. Oh, there's another one. There's definitely more of these signs around than that thing said. I'm not sure if that's a clue or not.
Maybe Joe doesn't go outside. Maybe Joe. There's a pandemic out there. Joe hasn't been out in a while. Not too worried about it. Let's not think about the plot holes too much.
There is an upper layer here.
Oh, JJK Vox says those signs are bugged, and they're not supposed to be like that.
Oh.
So,
okay.
It may be good to go back and look at what makes them spawn or not spawn, whatever your intent is there.
So where's the ice cream place? So maybe we will try this again next Wednesday. Oh, there's a shady looking character back here. Because I can't find the ice cream place. Oh, there it is. The big ice cream. I remember when I ran this way, I remember seeing the general store sign, and I think I looked that way and I didn't turn to look this way. I do remember looking at that car though. So I think I probably just didn't angle the car up enough to see angle the camera up enough to see the ice cream sign. So here we are. Psst, in the back. Shady guy. Glad you made it. Sorry for the short advice, but I do prefer to keep our meetings only when necessary. Hey, don't worry. I'm glad that you requested this meeting and that you're okay, aren't you? I'm okay. But all the investigations I made in the city have been giving me a strange feeling. Even apparently there's nothing to worry about. I mean, look at that woman with her child saluting that promotional air inflatable man. I see. What about it? I came here 10 minutes ago, and by the time you came here, a total of 15 minutes have passed, and they are still there. I mean, maybe they do not have anything better to do. That child looks very happy, but still, 50 minutes stuck there? That's 25 minutes, right? 10 minutes ago, since you came here, total of 15 minutes have passed. Be 25, right? Is my math off? I don't know.
I think that this. Okay, wait. I want to give feedback on this text in particular, just so that it works more. I would just say I came here 15 minutes ago, and this child is still bashing on that thing. Something like that. You can crunch it down and make it less complex. Because I agree, Alex. I read that and I thought, is it they showed up 10 minutes ago and somehow 15 minutes had passed, or did they show up 10 minutes before they even called you and then 15 more minutes passed? So, maybe simplify that up a bit and just go hey, I was here 15 minutes ago. That kid's still bashing on that.
Yeah. But I think so. So I think English is not JJK's first language. We do have a lot of English speakers in our community. So I'd recommend teaming up with somebody like a text editor. Somebody to go through and review the text and go hey, we can maybe simplify some language here and make things a little more clear here. It's always, even if English is your first language, it's still good to get a second opinion. Be does this make sense the way that I said it?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I know that I make typos all the time. All the time. Even when writing variables, I make typos.
Absolutely. I sent I remember I was applying for earlier in my journalism career way back. I started applying for this guy, And I sent him a bunch of emails, and he came back to me, and we had a phone call about, okay, am I going to be the right role for this? And it was like an esports sort of deal. And this guy says to me, as soon as we get into a call, he said, I am so glad that you do not talk like you write in emails, because you are a robot in emails. And I was like, there you go. So, it doesn't matter how long you've spoken English. There's a lot of different ways to write it. And some people are just going to be, have a more natural flow. And even if English is your first language and you've been speaking it your whole life, you may do it in a way that doesn't make sense to your story. So if you want this to be silly and fun, then put it down in like the Discord or something, get some feedback that way for your script. Or get a person that you trust to kind of relook it over, regardless of your proficiency in the language.
Good question from Logan on YouTube. Is there a way to share a GameMaker file with a friend and edit at the same time? There is not currently a recommended or advisable way to do that. There was a way that some people have been passing files back and forth, which today actually was an announcement went out that we're trying to have people not do that because it's been causing issues, and it's that method is depreciating. So we don't have a way to transfer a LAN file between people to edit or to edit at the same time, but you can set up a shared account. So your access to the GameMaker is independent from your wallet. So if you don't have to trust somebody with like your wallet funds and the NFTs in your wallet in order to share a GameMaker account with them, you can make a separate GameMaker account. You can do all of your work in there, and as long as you trust them to be handling, keeping your game secrets and handling your land file, that is something that you can share with people, and it is separate from your wallet. They won't be able to make any transactions or anything like that. So like Joseph and I here on stream, we've asked for people's usernames and passwords to, I don't know about Joseph, but I know that I have, to log into their account because we had an issue trying to play their game before. But we will never ask for your seed phrases to your wallet because that would give us access to your wallet in a way that we shouldn't have permission to do. So just throwing that out there as an option.
Exactly. You don't, this is all to your discretion. If you're going to share information, I would highly recommend that you just make that common account and start that game from scratch, rather than having had it half developed by one person with no real communication with the team or something like that. But today is the day. If you're going to start up a game that you make with a team of 4 or 10 or whatever, today is the day to start that game and just get going on it. And because a really, really well done game can take hundreds of hours to do. And at the end of the day, your players are only experiencing 4 hours worth of gameplay for the hundreds of hours of work, right? So teamwork is definitely encouraged in that regard. You'll want as many eyes and ears to look at your games as possible.
So JJK said that he's going to work on the issue with the signs not looking correct, and so we are going to stop playing this one here, and we're over stream time anyway, so we're gonna call it a day, and we will try this again after his fixes have been implemented. So JJK, you know how to reach me if you need any help with something not working correctly. So, hit me up if you need to. All right. So yeah, just loving the start of the look of this, and just how alive this city feels is great. So great work there, and I'm excited to continue playing this game and learning about the mysteries going on in this city. So, any last thoughts, Joseph?
My last thoughts are that, at least for this game here, this is really good looking. We have a city, and I think this is better than that city. So in terms of framework, you're doing great. Keep going. And again, if you English not being your first language is totally fine. You can always find very helpful people over in our Discord that are willing to help, and keep working at it. And we can do this regularly on Wednesdays until you're done with the project. As we have with many others, we kind of come in, play test, check it out, try it again, do some more, make some changes. We'll try it the week after. Well, have you anything you like? So good job. That's my feedback. Good job so far.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. We will see you again on Saturday, where we will cover some tips in the Game Maker, answer your questions, and have a great rest of your week.
It's party time. We're partying. Congratulations to the winner this week, by the way. Dane can't hear this. It's a shame. We're going to get those closed captions fixed. Closed captions fixed, right? This beat goes out to closed captions.